They've got this amazing capacity to time how long it is before they need to come back and miss all the ads.
He's now down to choice. I mean, you've got Sky now, and like, you get an advert, you think, I watch the movie channels. The adverts just get in the way now.
I mean, it just seems like there's a thirst for input. You know, they're sat in front of the computer. They'll have the TV. Oh, I suppose I would tend to have the radio on.
Will the digital future prove to be intimidating and restrictive for marketers, or does it in fact promise to be potentially liberating and exciting?
There's really only one trend, and the trend is pretty straightforward. Everywhere in the world, consumers are finding themselves overburdened, overtaxed, overworked, a little bit pissed off, and one of the things that they are coming to grips with is they no longer want to spend their spare time eating the diet of media and marketing communications that we serve them. In every market of the world, they're seizing control.
And there are really two themes that we'll be exploring today. The first one is that we're on the verge of, or actually in the middle of, a new model of marketing. What is for sure is that the days of marketing communications planning as essentially a linear process with target audiences and their demographically matched media vehicles selected by overwhelmingly quantitative measures such as reach and frequency are, we believe, drawing to a close.
Demographics is basically a bit like defining your ideal woman by her shoe size. But effectively, demographics is taking an appalling proxy for target audience definition, which, when you were going to use TV anyway, a demographic definition was probably the kind of best proxy you had, just as if you had to choose your ideal woman merely by looking at a row of shoes.
To be relevant, we do have to rethink the way we do targeting. We need to think differently about targeting, or at least how we define our audiences. We need to climb out of the demographic targeting trap that leads us inexorably to the television commercial in a standard sense. It just doesn't help to define audiences in this way because it provides no insight. We endlessly seek insight to define messages for advertising, but rarely insight to define the channel.
Now in a world where, as we've been hearing today, greater consumers are in control of their own destiny, and marketers are there now, in the reverse in a way, to actually serve up the products and services that the customers want in the ways in which they want it there. So it needs to be done more effectively and easier for them to be able to access those products and services.
If there's anybody here who really hates golf, two things. One, the room is Wi-Fi connected, so you can just get on with some computing or BlackBerrying. Second point is, I don't care. The point is that if I'm selling golf putters, it is not my job to interest or entertain people who don't play golf.
The first lesson for marketing people in this digital age is you've got to rethink the model of how communications works. You've got to rethink the model. We've got to give up this sending messages to them like little bullets which somehow lodge in their skulls and they go, oh, I see now. I'll forswear brand A forever.
The internet is Britain's third most popular media form with consumers, and yet companies are only spending around 2% of their ad budget on it. And this is according to this month's Economists.
One of the things that we're seeing everywhere is that consumers are ready to have truly converged experiences. Your consumers are ready for your internet message to be fundamentally linked to your TV message. They are ready for your internet and TV messages to be fundamentally linked to your mobile phone messages. Are you?
So that really does bring us to a close. The pace of change in marketing is dramatic, but I certainly feel that if we begin to act now, the future need not be the scary and intimidating one I referred to at the start of the day. Rather, it can be a liberating and exciting one. So many new channels with which to engage in relevant conversations with interested customers. So much opportunity for experimentation and testing at comparatively low cost. And so much potential for information and feedback to help us customize our existing value propositions and develop new products and services. In fact, I think when we look back at the marketing and communications model of the late 20th century, with its linear thinking, one-way orientation, and limited channels, we'll think, is that all there was?